In the next few videos, we are going to have a closer look at the dev tools from your browser. They are a must-have if you want to automate websites or reverse engineer APIs, because this is the only place where you can have a look at these original sources and try to get a hint of what the page is built from to reverse engineer it. In order to show you the magic of the dev tools, I set up a really simple website. So what we have here is a simple HTML script with a title, a button, div and a script, test.js. And here on the right side we can see the script test.js, which just got like a click function and a button listener for the button. Nothing too complex, but perfect to demonstrate the dev tools. Okay, so when we open this in the browser, and I have Firefox here, but it should be really close in Chrome and Safari, we right click on the page and hit Inspect Element. This is called only Inspect in Safari and Chrome. And then this DevTools is opening, and the DevTools are basically the same. In the first video, we are only going to have a look at the Inspector tab. So the Inspector tab contains all the DOM elements from our website. We see here we have a head with a title, a body, button, div, script. And if we switch back to our console, we see that this is exactly what's inside our HTML document here. Really cool is that we can have this selector element here, and then we hover over any element on the page and we see that the element gets highlighted, and also the small highlight in the DOM tree. But we can click on this label, for example, and then we jump into the label in the DOM tree. And why this is really good is if we have the DOM tree like folded, we can click on Hello Udemy and it will unfold and jump to the position where this div is placed. Another fancy trick for debugging is that we can change our website from this DevTools. For example, we can just go to Hello Udemy and change it to Hello Chapter 1, hit enter, and you see that it gets changed on the website. But keep in mind that these are only local changes, so any changes you do in the DevTools are only locally for you until you reload the page. So these are not like hacks that, for example, you can change the title from Instagram and then the title will be changed for all users using Instagram. This is not like that. It's only for you, because once you hit the reload page, everything is getting set back to normal. You can also do this with styles. So here in the lower part you have the style tab, and for example we select the div and here we do background red. Voila, our background from this div will be red. So usually for automation we use the Inspector tab really often, because we use it to identify elements. So let's say we want to click on this element with our automated script. We need to have a look at this element here in particular and then have a look at the attributes from this element. So for example, this element got an ID with the name button or BTN, and it is a button element. Well, because Instagram, for example, sometimes uses div elements with on-click events. This is also possible. So here in this tab, you have to have a closer look to the element's attribute and identify what makes this element unique. For example, if we switch to the Instagram page and right-click Inspect Element here, we can select the input boxes here, and we see this is a input element with some CSS classes, with an area label, and with a name equals password. So the HTML can have different kinds of attributes and they will all be listed here. And we can use these to identify our input box if we want to scrape that later on. And then we could grab, for example, we can go here and grab the string inside this h tag, or we can get the link from this element.